Welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers with HotCupOfWeb. This is Bob Inc. We're following up here. We got our mining ship with its auto mining script running, and it's been making a few trips. I think it's about to take off here any minute. It should anyway. The battery's full. I think it still has some things in it, so let's see if we can get them out of there. There we go, and there we go, and there it goes. And so if we can follow it out here and we can see what it's doing. It's currently mining I believe it's iron and nickel over where it's mining. And then it's getting a lot of stone. But as you can see, it's just flying itself over here. It's actually pretty nice. It frees me up to put together blocks and weld blocks, especially with all the iron and steel plates that we need. But there it goes, fires up its own drills and just mines into the hole. There it goes, down its pit. It's already gone through one little piece of iron here. I don't know if there's another one down there or not. Doesn't look like it. But you can see here, it's just filling up. You get the load, it's at 24% and climbing. When it fills up, it'll fly itself back over here and unload and recharge. So I was thinking for this episode here, I put in some of the other scripts that I like to use. I did the auto door lock one. You see that? I welded up the rest of the storage container bay here, and I added in a few of program blocks. I don't believe this one has the doors, and so then this one, let's load in my inventory mod, and that might actually help empty the mining ship when it comes back. So let's browse a script, and again I'll link these in the description, the scripts that I use. And for this one I like to use, where is it? I believe it's, Izzy's Inventory Manager. Yeah, here we go. Izzy's Inventory Manager. This one has a few features. It does auto sorting for your refineries and your assemblers as well. I mean, you can turn it on and off as too. And for this one, basically all you do is you use these keywords here on the names of your storage containers. So name your storage container whatever you want, but then include the word ores at the end, and then all your ores will go into that box until it's full. And if you don't give it any names, it will automatically put names on your things. And then also what it will do is it will put a percentage at the end of the name, like here, with how full the cargo box is. Let's see, does this one have one? Yeah, see, this one says 19% because this one has all of our ores, ignits, and components. And so now if we go into the storage here, we can see that this one is for tools. This one's for ores, ignits, and components, so we got all of that in here. And then this one is for ammo, and it's got what little ammo we have made in there. And I think that's something we might need to actually make here. Let's fire off a few of those. I believe I got put a turret on the roof of this place. Yep, there we go. for any ships that may come by or any spiders from distance it can reach. And let's see. Oh, it looks like our mining ship is coming back. You can see the signal here is getting closer. So that's nice. He's going to fly back and then he'll attach himself to the connector there. Actually be able to show it to you. That's not bad. But yeah, I got this thing all welded up. The first 2 rows here are heavy armor plates to help with the taking shots from the spiders because of all the turrets around here. And I'm pretty sure everything has ammo, but let's make sure everything's still got ammo. Looks like it. And so here comes our mining ship. Now it seems pretty standard. It flies down in front of the connector you start on, and then what it'll do is it'll spin itself backwards like that, and then it just backs in and connects like so. And then you can see on the screen, you put the screen on the outside here that see that's unloading the ship. That's the state's unloading. And then once it's unloading, it's going to go to recharging. So see, now it says charging batteries. So then the batteries will charge to 100%, and then it'll go off and make another run. And now you can stop at any time if you get in the ship and go to the program block and run stop. The command to stop it. Then you could fly the ship and do whatever you want to do with it. Say, like, I want to go get a specific kind of ore. But let's go back in here. Now for that inventory script, here it is. One of the things that I don't like it to do is I don't really like it to mess with my refineries. And I don't want it to auto-craft either. So I'm going to stop that. Auto-crafting, and then I want to stop. Well, I guess I'm not too concerned about the refineries. What it'll do is it'll queue your refineries to I only have the one refinery anyways, but it queues your refineries to the ores that it feels are most in need. So as you can see, like, I can try to shuffle them around, and what it might do is it'll put the one it thinks you need the most back in there. See there, it just changed the cobalt back over from the iron. So alright, and then let's see, there's one more script I like to use. Let me see if I can find it here. That's the automatic LCDs 2 script, and that allows you to build LCD screens that can display all kinds of information, as a lot of the players already know. It's tons of possibilities. You can use them on ships, on stations, get all kinds of information, customize them to no end. So we'll copy that in here and check the code. Hit OK. And now how this one works is when you, let's see, we got to build an LCD screen, so we'll just make one in here to start with. So we'll put an LCD screen here. We need some displays. Let's see if we can find some displays. There we go. Oop. So now what you need to do for these is you need to do a bracket, and then the letters LCD, and then another bracket at the end of your LCD name. And then you'll notice now that it says on here, write commands to custom date on this panel. So now what you can do is you gotta set your font and color size. I like to use 0.75 for as many as I can get. It seems to be a nice size for filler. And lately I've really been liking this color here, which is 100 red, 100 green, and 0 blue. And it looks like a brown yellow, but on the display it's like a dark yellow. It turns out pretty good. And now for this script, there's an instruction page that just has a giant list of commands you can use. We're going to go ahead and use one that I think I know by memory still, and it's an inventory, and then plus ignits, and then what you can do is you can put a threshold on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put I'll put 10,000 on here, and we'll hit OK. Well, I don't want to do plus ice, and we'll see what we get here. Oh, did I screw that up? Might be just ignite. There we go. Okay, so let's make this a little smaller. Does it all fit now? There we go. Now it all fits and it doesn't scroll. So I'll get rid of these background things, and now you can see here the middle column is your ignits, and the right column is how much ore you have, and then obviously here's the name of the ores. And now I set it to a 10,000 threshold, and that's what this bar is here. That's your how close to threshold you are. Now I could probably make it a little smaller because the threshold is for ignits, so I'm going to just go ahead and make it, we'll make it 5,000 for now. Obviously we got plenty of gravel, and we got a ton of silicon, and we got a little bit of iron and nickel. Got, looks like we don't have any silver, just a little bit of gold, only a little bit of magnesium too. So we're going to have to look at and we're refining cobalt. We got a ton of iron to refine. Or no, that's not much iron. There's not a K at the end. We got a ton of gravel to refine, which will get us a bunch of iron. And we got a ton of nickel to refine. And hopefully we'll get some more iron as our mining ship makes its treks back and forth. Here it comes back again with another load of stone and iron, hopefully. And now you can, another one that I like to put up too for the displays is components. So again, you name your script, and at the end you put bracket, LCD, close bracket, and you'll notice up here should change. And now we can I think this one has to be 0.7. The component one is pretty large for the, because of the number of things it wants to list. So you need to make the font a little bit smaller. Then it pretty much works the same. Do inventory, asterisk, component. I think this one's components, and then I'll just do 1,000 on that one. Now you'll know if it kicks in because it'll change, but it looks like it's just component. Well, it helps if I spell it all right, huh? I still have it spelled wrong, I think. Yep. Let's try that. There we go. It's component. And it works better if you have all the letters. And so now here's a list of all of our components, and again I set it at 1,000 threshold, so this bar will represents that 1,000 threshold. So you can see we have 900 construction components, so it's almost at threshold, which is it's just a nice way you can just quickly see what your base has, you know, as far as ignits, ores, and components. And I mean, you can display all kinds of things. You can display battery levels, how long it takes to recharge, what's recharging, what's producing what power. You can see like your oxygen and hydrogen tanks. You can see how full they are or empty. um, and I believe you can. I haven't done it, but I believe you can stretch your display across 2 screens if you want as well, which could be interesting. And so yeah, so like I said, off camera, I spent time collecting all the iron and everything, and we got all these parts all welded up with the grids and steels they need. I threw a turret on top, like I said, in case any ships want to come down or any spiders that get within its range. I did run into a problem here. I don't know if you remember that, but that tower used to be over here, and of course, what's the first thing that happened is the turret shot through the pillar and blew off all the turbines. So I had to rebuild that. But what I think I want to do is I need to add some more power, and that'll help recharge that ship a little faster when it does come in. So what I've been doing for these is I've been putting, so you have the block they're on, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces in between them. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So then I want to put the next one here on the top. And by spacing them like that, I found that they seem just to generate at optimal power. If you put them only 3 spaces between them, then you can get optimal sometimes, but a lot of times they fall just below optimal. And it looks like I need to grab some steel plates. And then some of the other components I'm going to need. Also, with the inventory script, you can drop things in any connector, and when the script refreshes every so often, it should go ahead and pull it into the correct container for it. So let's grab some steel plates, and I need some interior plates, some of these girders, I need a handful of these computers, and these small tubes and motors. So let's go over here and weld this up some more.
Energy low.
And we're going to need to grab energy, apparently. Oh, I need some construction. And a few more girders. And I need energy, so let's hop in this little guy here. He just got a little solar panel keeping a little bit of charge on the battery as it sits here. And let's check our tanks. Yep, our tanks look good, so let's grab some construction components, and then we can finish up adding this little power boost. Here we go. Something to remember too, if you use the auto miner script, is the ship doesn't care what you put in front of it. From what I understand, is if you sit in front of it in like another ship, it'll just plow right into you. So when you make your pathing, you want to make sure that it's a pathing that's, you know, not going to be in the way of anything else you're trying to do. Let's make some girders here so we can finish our turbine. There we go. And so then if we look at the turbines, here's the last 2 new ones, and you'll see that they're both at optimal. We'll take them off the terminal. And then let's, we gotta produce some of these. Oop, there we go. And so there's the scripts I like to use. I don't really use too many more scripts. I mean, I've played with some from the workshop here and there when I hear about a cool one, but those 4 are pretty much my main ones right now. 5 if you count the auto mining one, but I'm actually really new to that one myself. So, but our base is chugging along. We got oxygen in both buildings. So if you walk, you got the air chamber here, the airlock. And I put another air vent in up here, top there. Probably have to move it if I do end up putting in another large cargo box, which will probably happen at some point as this just fill up with ore. And so I'm thinking the next thing this base might need is a larger refining capability with all the stone and everything we're bringing in. Hey, look at that. We got a mining carriage up there. I don't know. Do I try to make a run at it by myself? You know what? I'm going to make a run at it all by myself. I'm going to go no guns. And yeah. Whoa. Oh, look at that. I got 2 mining carriages now. What's in here? What do we got? A couple displays. A couple motors. Alright. I'm going to make a run at this guy. We'll see what I can do here. I know jetpacking all the way up here is kind of cheap, but you know what? I don't care. It's a little bit of action. Let's get some action going here. So we'll fly up here to the mining carriage. Now if we can get one of these and get it back down, it'll be pretty good because we can get, they got ion thrusters on them. So we can get a bunch of thruster components, and they're usually full of all kinds of fancy ore. So it looks like we're out of the planet gravity, so let's fly up here. So the only problem we're going to run into is I believe the drones are on. So when we get within a kilometer, I think, there'll probably be a drone that shows up. And I've learned a trick with these mining carriages that can make them pretty easy to take. You just gotta come at them from the back side at just the right angle. Watching out for the gun. The gun will start shooting at you inside a kilometer. Or no, not a kilometer. I want to say it's 600 or 800 meters. So let's see where we're at here. I think I'm at the right spot. So you need to come up behind it and underneath it, because the gun is on top of it. And then what you do is you get in the door, and then you throw the dampeners on the ship, and now you can see that assailant drone there on the right is 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers away. Hopefully I can get in the door by then before he gets here and shoots at me. It's not looking good though. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Uh-oh. I'm gonna need a better grinder. Alright, I gotta get out of here because he's gonna come at me. Let's see if we can lure him away from the... Oop. I left my dampeners on. Do little evasive maneuvers here. Let's see if we can get him away from that mining carriage. And then we can fly back past him and take another run at it here, hopefully. Before it despawns. So he's following us. And he's alright, he's a couple kilometers away from it now. So let's see if we can fire back past him and go get the cockpit or the flight chair. There we go. Fire past him while he's busy trying to stop and turn around. Hopefully we can get to the mining carriage again and get the dampeners on so it comes to a stop. I know I just popped the door before we had to fly off there. I can't afford to take any more hits here. 50 health. But let's get back behind this mining carriage. It's trying to run away, which I guess I don't blame him. Now the way you can make the drone stop is you have to get the antenna. Then you want to make sure you don't hit the ship too hard. Let's get in here. You don't have a lot of time either because of the drone. There we go. The drone's here, so let's go. You want to make sure you don't get above the mining carriage, otherwise he'll be able to shoot at you with his gun. So let's get this drone away from here. Let's see. Alright, so he's like a kilometer away from the thing, so we'll go fly backwards for another minute here. But that mining carriage just stopped now, or coming to a stop. So we just get him away. And we can go in and get that antenna. And then no more drones will spawn, because even if I take out the assailant drone, another one will spawn because the antenna is still active on the mining carriage. So let's see if we can get him lured away. He should be okay. So let's make our run back. Gotta fly away from the drone here a little bit if we can. Here we go. Leave him in our dust here for a minute. And then what I could do afterwards is we can probably lure that drone down to the planet and let our Gatling gun have at him. So let's get up on this mining carriage. And it should be at a stop now, I believe, so. It looks like we got about 2 kilometer lead that we can work with. So we need to come up behind the mining carriage is still armed, so. Whoop. There we go. Whoa! How'd he get me from behind the... They usually don't shoot around the antenna like that. Well, that's no good. No. Let me guess. They're all gone now. Son of a gun. Are they still out there? Well, the drone's still out there. Oh, there's 2 drones out there now. Well, that mining carriage is still out there. Ah, I'm going to take another run at it. Although the problem I'm going to have now is now I got to use the basic drills, or grinder. Let's get that set up while I'm here. Character tools. So they're going to be pretty slow, but hopefully I can get to have enough time with that mining carriage. We'll see, I guess. Ooh. Stay away from me. Alright. We gotta approach this mining carriage in the right direction here. And I want to get to the underside this time. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to the underside and take out its try to take out its reactors. I don't have time to stop for my bags because I gotta try to get any distance I can on these drones. And let's see. Am I coming up on the bottom? Oh, shoot. I think I'm coming up on the top. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can get in here and get this before these guys show up. Don't have a lot of time. Okay, got one. Oop. Oop, shoot. Got 2 drones and the ship shooting at me. I got 1 reactor on that ship. Now I just need to get the other reactor, and that'll turn off both the antenna and the turret on it. And then we just got to figure out how to deal with the 2 drones. Gonna end up going a little long on this episode than I planned, but you know what? Got a little space battle action going here to some degree. Granted, I'm not really using any guns, but we'll see if we can get it handled here. So that's 4-2, so he's 2 kilometers away. So let's see if we get these guys lured away here. Come to a stop here. And then plot my move here. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Let's go. Go this way. Straight ahead. Stay out of the range of those guns. Whoa. Couple of bullets flying by. Alright, let's get out to the mining carriage here. We're going to get it. Hopefully. It seems like we're going to be able to get it. So as long as I don't mess up and go to the wrong side of it again, we should be okay. Now, I don't know if you've seen too, but when I took out that reactor, I quick put my welder back on and put the parts back in it so that if I die, I don't lose the parts for it. They're back in the reactor itself, but it's still ground down enough that it's not going to function, which is what we want. And now I just got to figure out which way to approach the ship. Nope, other side. Nope, this side. Here we go. Alright, let's quick grind on this. Don't have a lot of time. Let's hide down here for a minute. There we go. Okay, let's get out of here. Now let's go see if we can handle... I want to put a marker here. Because I gotta be able to get back to the ship, and now without its antennas, it has no markers. So I plan on flying away a little bit here. I actually gotta head back because I gotta get more hydrogen. And we gotta shoot at these drones that are just gonna continue to follow us. So we got 2 of them up there. Oh, it looks like we got 3 of them now. I don't know if my gallon turret's gonna be enough. Yikes. Might have to distract them or something. I don't know. Let's get back and we'll see what happens, right? So we're going full speed here. We got, what, about 5 kilometers away. Got those guys are right on our tail at about 2 kilometers. So let's head down to this OG base here. gonna have to run inside, I think. And we'll see. Maybe well, yeah, we'll run inside here and got some ammo in the turret. I'll have to make sure that turret's dialed up to full distance. I'm pretty sure it is. Oop, let's get our dampeners back on here. Let's see. Turret. Gatling turret. Distance is maxed out. Okay. So let's fly over here. Uh-oh. Our fuel's low. Let's get down on the surface before we run out of hydrogen. Well, that thing shoots down the drones. There we go. There's 2 drones down. Oop. Gotta get back to the base here before I run out of hydrogen. And I'm out of hydrogen. Well, we got 1 drone we can pick up, and I've seen another drone come down over there somewhere. I'm not sure what happened to his 3rd drone. Whoa, now we got spiders. Whoa. Gatling turret come in handy. So let's, where is it? I gotta head over here, see if we get some hydrogen and a little bit of oxygen. Should probably think about building a medical center that's a little more protected than this thing. But, okay, so let's, I think I got everything I need. Let's go back out here now and see if we can get that. My hope is that the mining carriage is still out here. And I'm hoping it can land on the surface without smashing into a million pieces, but I guess we'll find out. Probably in the next episode here, as long as the ship hasn't despawned. But I think since I took the flight seat, I think it should still be there, so. Oops. Alright, let's get out there. Thing got a little ways away. So we took out some drones. Well, the base took out some drones. It's kind of a chicken battle on my part, but I only managed to die once, and it was my own fault. When you have the 3-star grinder and welders, I mean, you can knock down the door and the reactors pretty quick. Because now, see, with the reactors down, I don't have to worry about the turret or the antenna calling more drones until I turn the power back on, which I'm not going to do right away. I'm going to grind those 2 parts down first so that they're in my name, and then they won't call enemy drones. But all I know is this GPS marker is important, because otherwise, as you can see, the ship is right in my crosshair here. If you get far enough away from the ship, you'll just end up losing it in space. But so let's get up here. Now you see the whole ship is powered off, so I don't have to worry about the gun. So let's go ahead and grind it down and make it ours so that it won't shoot at us. There we go. And let's get this antenna. And that's hacked down. I'll put this back. Then we can go get the reactors fired up. Now see, this is why it was important to put the parts back in, because I didn't have to carry them on me, and now all I gotta do is finish welding. And now the ship is mine. I mean, I gotta weld down the other parts that are still enemy parts, like the beacon here. But the turret is mine and the cockpit's mine, so I should be able to fly this ship now. And we can see what kind of bounty we got here once we hack the containers. So I'll hack the containers here quick, and then we'll see what kind of treasure, and then I think I'll call it an episode. Again, we went a little long, but had a little action. Not just a build-in episode, which is always good. So these things have 4 large cargo containers on them. If memory serves, I believe there's stuff in all 4 of them. They're not stuffed full, but we do need to weld these parts down before we bring it back to the base. Otherwise, if I don't turn my other Gatling gun off, it'll start shooting the non-hacked parts. So you can see you gotta grind it below the hack line and then weld it back up. And then when you check the component list, the part list for the ship, that should be listed as your control. But there's 4 cargo boxes, the Gatling turret, the antenna, the beacon, 2 reactors down here, 1 small cargo box here, and then obviously the cockpit. There's the gyroscope on each side here. There's 2 gyroscopes, this one and on the opposite side. So we'll hack those down. Back up. And it looks like the ship took a few bullets, but not too many. It looks like I was able to get away from it before the drones completely ripped it apart. So we'll hack that down. And then there's one I always forget about, is this collector. Let's grind that down. There we go. And then the last thing is the connector on the front here. And then once we have this, we'll see what's inside. Alright, so we got some platinum, a bunch of bullets, a little bit of gold, some magnesium, some more gold, silicon, more gold, some cobalt, more silicon, got 8,000 iron, that's not bad. Got ourselves 20, just under 20 uranium. And then the small cargo, we got a couple of grinders, a couple of sorted parts, and then some more ammo in the turret. Not a bad deal, if you ask me. But so here's our new ship, I guess, our SS mining carriage. So I'll get this back towards the planet off camera here. We'll see. I'll film it, bring it into planet in case I crash it, obviously. And then back on the planet, we've got 2 drones we can hack apart. And so we're going to have ourselves a nice collection of parts. We'll actually be able to build us an ion-powered ship, I believe. So that'll be pretty cool. I think I'm going to call an episode here. Again, thanks for checking out another video on HotCupOfWeb. This is Bob Inc. This is episode 6 of Space Engineers, and I hope you enjoyed it, and tune in for the next one.